man.
Man, I'm dead ass about to buy Max Payne off the PlayStation store or something.
You should.
I'm dead ass about to find this shit.
All right, hold on real fast. Well, all right, I got it. We all good now.
All right.
All right, peace. You cooling with the Completist? I'm with my brother Terrell, and we are about to discuss biopics. And then, honestly, now I watched that Billie Holiday musical or series that they put on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot for the most part. And it was a musical too, so you know I love musicals. But either way, I feel like biopics has definitely been a significant thing, especially for our culture here in America. Really everywhere, because even Asian film to Bollywood, you know what I'm saying, is they all make biopics. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we all in America, when it comes to these biopics, a lot of things that America aren't afraid to do. They're not afraid to embellish. They're not afraid to lie they ass off.
Oh, they be capping on a lot of them.
Exactly. So, like, I just want to know, I really do want to know if these films, these biopics, these series, TV series that they're coming out with that are based on the lives of people that are dead or people that are alive, have they been actually doing the art of film and the memory or just the life of the person in general? Have they been doing them justice? Has the industry been doing them justice?
Well, it's like I said, like I just said before we went live. It all depends on who they doing because it's just like on for example, the Straight Outta Compton documentary. They left well, not documentary, biopic. They left out the whole Snoop and Dre beef and Easy E. It's like they just went straight to Easy was broke as fuck and he had AIDS. Like, and see, I understand that like certain when it comes to a movie, certain things got to be cut for time and certain things can't be said. But to the person that's like in the hip hop, everybody that listen to rap know that was a huge part of the falling out. Yeah, it's like they depicted just Ice Cube. No, it didn't stop at Ice Cube and them. It did not stop there. So they just showed Ice Cube and then they went right to Easy having AIDS, quote unquote.
They left out, and that really goes with a lot of things. Like that's a good ass example, because even if we talk about even if we talk about the All Eyes on Me biopic,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, man. That didn't do that man's memory or his spirit or family any justice.
No. Not even, but see, like I say before, man, every time it's hard for me to watch any Biggie documentary because every Biggie documentary I watch, no matter what it is, they always demonize Tupac.
Yeah.
Tupac is like the biggest asshole. He's the villain of the whole story. Every single story I watch, every single documentary I watch from them.
The only one that I can say that they was real for real, like they was real about the in-betweens and the interactions between Big and Pac was that Pac movie. What was the name of that movie? It was the Better Days album, I think.
There was a movie?
Yeah, I think that he had a movie.
You talking about the one that came out after that. That one was the shit. I know exactly what you're talking about though, because
Running came out.
Running, yeah, because Better Days came out in 2002. What you talking about came out in 2003. I remember that because that's when I started high school. Yeah, I forgot what it was called though, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
But that this goes more to show, when we talking about people who are executive producing these projects, you know, like I mean, you gotta entertain the audience. I understand.
No, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
But that's just goes to my other point that if your life isn't entertaining enough for the audience, then motherfucker, you shouldn't be making the damn movie.
Facts.
Like 50 Cent, I can understand because nigga, that's entertaining. Especially the people who's lived that type of life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see what led up to you being shot 9 times and what led up to you getting your record deal. And yeah, the shit was embellished. The shit was fantasized a lot. It was it's a movie. But
yeah.
It was significant. It was better than 8 Mile. I know that shit.
No, it wasn't better than 8 Mile. No, man, you capping. Let's not cap now. 8 Mile was way more entertaining than Get Rich or Die Trying. It was way more memorable.
It was. 8 Mile definitely like had niggas, you know what I'm saying, rewinding scenes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, quoting shit.
Yeah, quoting shit. That's real. I ain't even gonna cap. But yeah, man, the thing about these biopics, man, we just gotta. And then that goes to my other point that me and you've had this conversation before, how the representation, like, don't get me wrong, I'd rather them do this than to whitewash some shit any day. But the fact that all of our biopics for Black historical figures in America are always being acted out by a Black person from the UK, that is annoying.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I be having a lot of shit to say about that, bro. Like, and I fuck with a lot of those actors too, but it just be crazy to me that they take somebody that don't know what it's like to live, be a Black man in the United States, you know. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Then they come through and they play niggas better than we can. You feel me? That shit wild.
Man, listen. That should be funny as hell to me. And then they do a little interview, you know, that's a little public interview, and then they'll act so oblivious to how America is. Like, I didn't even know that America was like this. I ain't know racism was like this. Like, dude, what? And this fuck. Come on, bro. Y'all mimic and watch every fucking thing we do. Now all of a sudden y'all don't know that there's racism going on in this fucking country. You don't get it now?
Yeah, see, like that whole thing about what I can never pronounce his last name, but that whole thing that Daniel was saying about like how he couldn't get he couldn't, he really be taking these roles over here because he can't get the roles. Ironically, he can't get the roles over there in the UK because he's too Black for those roles. Ironically, they racist towards him, so he gotta play the Black roles over here. Jesus Christ,
man, that's crazy. Ain't that some shit? That's crazy, right? You don't know none of the racism over here, but you getting.
Yeah, you get blackballed, right. You getting blackballed over there because your skin too dark, and now you mad about playing Black roles over here.
I mean, the thing, I love me a good biopic, man. Talk to Me is one of the greatest in my opinion, probably the best biopic ever made.
Yeah,
I can watch that movie literally over and over again without getting tired of watching it.
Facts.
And a lot of people, if for the audience who don't know what Talk to Me is, it is it was a movie. It was created by Don Cheadle. It's an adaptation on P.D. Green, Waldo P.D. Green. Mm-hmm. He was a pimp, a hustler.
Yes, sir.
Went to jail for a good dime.
Mm-hmm.
Did his time, came back to the radio. And everybody loved my man. If you ain't never seen that movie, it's a great movie by Don Cheadle and Taraji P. Henson. It got Cedric the Entertainer in it. You know, for anybody who's listening that haven't seen Talk to Me.
Low key, great cast.
Yeah, great cast for real. Got Charlie Sheen Daddy in it. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of people in that movie, and it was a great, and it touched on. And the beauty of the movie was the fact that he Petey Green was a witness to a lot of historical events, you know what I'm saying, as a disc jockey, you feel me, on the radio. So it's just crazy to show how during certain events he was talking to the people, and they actually got live recordings of him talking to the people when the shit happened. You know what I'm saying? He was speaking life into the people. He really was one of the reasons why Washington didn't get burnt the fuck down. He got people to stop burning the city down.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's real shit. And that's true, you know what I'm saying, like influence for real, you know what I'm saying? Like the people really, you know what I'm saying, look up to you and heed the shit that you say, you know.
That was back when niggas, yeah, right. And that was back when niggas really respected radio people.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Yeah, niggas don't really respect radio. It's like that internet shit now. So,
yeah, basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you, but I mean, biopics. The thing about it is, it's kind of like when, because before all these biopics were made, you know, people just wrote memoirs. They created autobiographies, and then sometimes they got permission and got revised by other people and then created into stories. You know, Abraham Lincoln was big for this. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different stories of this man's life just simply because he wrote his own memoir.
Right.
You feel what I mean? So
that's where that Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter came from. Yeah, because he wrote stories like that.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, not exactly like vampires taking over the fucking country, but that the in-betweens and shit about the nation, racism, you know what I'm saying? And how they was about to lose the war and all that shit was real. You know what I mean? And like, this goes back to storytelling, man. It just, you know, when we talk about these biopics, they just need to be done, you know, I feel with a tighter eye. Like you can't just be putting out somebody's story and just be putting out anything.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how much you think that you own somebody or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, weird ass shit that people got going on behind the scenes. You know, that's like there's no reason why All Eyes on Me should have been as bad as it was.
Just because niggas ain't. That's because see, it's like when you hire somebody to produce that, they gotta care, be passionate about it. This is what happens when you hire people that don't give a fuck. That's what be happening.
They just want that check.
They want that check. All they thinking about is that fucking check.
I mean, I get it. We all need to make our money.
Yeah.
But as a fan and a lover of the art of film, sorry, man. They've dropped the ball. And I love the Notorious movie though. I love that movie, but still
hot take.
Exactly. I love the Notorious film, but I still got major problems with it. You know what I'm saying? The way they depicted Lil' Kim was disgusting.
You couldn't pay me to believe she was that much of a hoe. You could not pay me to believe that shit.
Nah. Lil' Kim got way more couth than that.
Yeah, fuck out of here. She get off of work and she already man, stop.
Yeah,
stop it. Bullshit. Already busting it open here, right?
Just because you offered the bar something to eat, you fat fuck.
Right. Biggie ain't had that much damn game, and he was broke at that time. Nah. Stop it.
I believe my nigga Biggie had a little bit of game, but he wasn't doing it like that.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Big Pun wasn't doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? So
hell no.
But that's just my point. Like, and then things like I love the movie What's Love Got to Do with It? Love that movie. Classic. I love that movie. But the way that they depicted both of them were right and wrong. They left out, I get the narrative that they were creating and the story that they were trying to tell. I get it. I respect it, you know, I understand. But y'all can't do this. Tina Turner was not without blame. That woman was on some other shit.
Yeah, well, see, that's another thing. They demonized the shit out of Ike. Ike was,
I mean, Ike was an asshole.
He was an asshole, yeah.
I mean, he an asshole. Not gonna refute that. But I just want the whole story to be told. Now that Namyo Rengekyo shit is sound nice, you know what I'm saying? The Buddha chants and shit, that sound nice. But nah, before the Buddha chants, You know what I'm saying? Her ass was getting geeked up.
Mm-hmm.
She was getting drunked up. She was getting lit.
Mm-hmm.
Even her own background dancers were saying this shit. So I'm not taking no blame away from Ike. That motherfucker's a piece of shit. He's abusive. All that, yes. But that's my whole thing, man. You gotta keep this shit 100, man. Like you can entertain the people without lying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just don't understand why they just can't grasp that fact.
And like, I'm gonna tell you another biopic. I probably said this to you before. One of the biggest tragedies in biopic history was the Nina Simone movie. They hired Zoe Saldana. Her light skin. They hired her light skin ass. You know, Nina Simone was darker than me and you combined probably. And then you feel me? So they rolled Zoe in Nestle brownie mix. They rolled her around. They rolled her around in Betty Crocker mix.
I don't even know why she even like.
Why do you accept? Look, dude. If you ever get time, go back and watch that trailer. You see the makeup cracking in her face.
Oh, in her face, bro. That shit look terrible. It look like you try to be the Wolfman or some shit.
Yeah. It's like, how you gonna hire a light-skinned actress to play somebody that was black like that, and then had to? You could have. Hey, I would have just. Y'all might as well should have just either left her light skin, or I'm pretty sure y'all could have found 100 dark-skinned women to play this role.
Yes, Jesus they could have. Like the girl from Chewing Gum.
Yeah,
like this is my other thing. I don't have no problem with black people from the UK playing individuals that aren't from America. Like Idris Elba playing Mandela. That doesn't have a problem. I don't have no problem with that because
I don't really have that much a problem with it either.
I mean, because for one, they already live around a whole bunch of Caribbeans, Jamaicans, Africans, and stuff anyway.
Yeah.
In the UK anyway, there's a bunch of them in the UK.
Yeah.
So they already can do that voice, and some of them are already that in their family and their bloodline anyway.
Right.
So I don't care if they do that. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. I don't expect a person from the fucking from America, a black person from America, to play somebody like a Mandela anyway. I'm surprised. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised. Forrest Whitaker played the last king.
Last king of Scotland. Yeah.
I'm surprised at that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that shit was done. But I just feel like biopics could be done so much better, man. And they used to be so good, man. Like the Michael Jackson movie, The American Dream.
Yeah,
that is classic, and that is low budget. That wasn't even in theaters.
That's all time black classic joint right there.
All time.
Play that shit every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, nigga. Classic shit.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and that was low budget. That was a series. Like that was like a 2 or 3 part series. You know what I'm saying? And that was perfect. And you're telling me that with the budgets that y'all be having, the casts y'all be having, y'all can't give us something solid? Like Ray was solid.
You read my mind. I was about to bring up Ray. Ray might be like one of the greatest biopics of all time.
Ray was solid. Now I can't really pick apart Ray. He was on drugs.
Yeah.
His little brother did die right in front of him.
Yeah.
His mom did send his ass away. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
He cheated on his wife. He did do all that shit. And matter of fact, I think when the movie was made, Ray Charles was still alive.
He was still alive.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He died like a few months before it came out. But yeah, he was alive when they was making it though.
So I would assume that he was like telling these motherfuckers like, hey, Ray Charles, he ain't the one to bite his tongue for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So you get this shit right. And Jamie Foxx, he killed that shit.
Like, man, that man was amazing as Ray. Like, oh man, like clone shit. Man,
Ali was good too. Ali was good.
I ain't like that.
What you ain't like about it?
When I got older, I was like, I felt like, man. See, I hate to get on Will Smith.
No, go ahead, man. I like what have my own feeling about him playing Ali though. Like I feel like at the time he was probably the best person to play Ali.
At the time, yes, at the time he
but
was.
Yeah, probably isn't the best choice. I feel like they could have got somebody else to play him.
Yeah, because
whoever they got to play George Foreman, that nigga looked just like
him. Yeah. but see, the thing about Will Smith, when I got older and started watching the movie, like I don't know, like when I hear him try to talk like Ali, it just don't feel believable. Like
it feels like exaggerated, you know.
Yeah, because you know how Ali, he had the southern kind of like that southern accent in a way. Yeah, and it kind of then I don't know, he just kind of didn't sound right.
I know exactly. Yeah, I feel you. Listen, I feel you. I mean, one thing about me and you said this shit before. Will Smith is a safe actor.
You know yeah, man. Just like that. That King Richard. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
No, that King Richard shit look hot, but like I said, man, their father was a dark-skinned man. I kind of felt like, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like Idris Elba looked more like their dad than real shit. I feel like Idris Elba couldn't have did that.
You know what's funny? Because I was talking to my friend about this earlier. Shout out Renee. She probably listening right now. So we was talking about how Will Smith, you know what I'm saying, and me and you have discussed this too, I believe. How Will Smith was supposed to be in the sequel for Suicide Squad, but he didn't take the role because he wasn't going to be a main character. He wasn't the lead role. And it's weird because then they picked up Idris Elba for Bloodsport. And then the whole time while they was doing Suicide Squad, Will Smith was doing King Richard. I really feel like he did this. Like if Will Smith would have took this role, it would have been Idris Elba. I really do feel like if Will Smith would have took that Suicide role and they would have kept Deadpool into the movie series, it just would have been playing King Richard right now.
But see, and plus on top of that, like I think they would have to, because I think Will Smith, he basically like command like $20 million like every movie. So I felt like he would have been the highest paid actor in the movie. So Idris Elba probably got in Suicide Squad for a pay cut anyway. So
nice little drop of it, you know what I'm saying?
Because Suicide Squad, I believe it's actually more so about Harley Quinn, if anything. It's not going, because if you put Will Smith in that movie, it would have to be about Will Smith. But Bloodsport basically damn near like Deadshot, so he almost the same person.
Basically, that's why they don't really write about him like that much in DC Comics anymore.
Yeah, he like a D-list character in DC.
But that's really all Suicide Squad is. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, kind of like their DC's Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And they got the perfect motherfucker to get it. Do it, James fucking Gunn.
Bruh, I cannot wait to see King Shark in action. I'm going to be laughing so fucking hard.
King Shark funny as fuck. King Shark funny as fuck, man. Especially on that Harley Quinn show. He be funny as shit.
Man, I just can't wait to see him eat a motherfucker. That's hilarious. That's gonna be hilarious. Because honestly, they did my nigga Croc fucked up, man. I ain't like that.
Yeah, they should have brought Croc back.
I ain't like that. I don't like. Yeah, they should have brought him back, but I also feel like they should have gave him more lines. You know what I'm saying? And they should have shouldn't have made him out to be so goddamn. He was like Luke Cage,
basically. Just little one-liners and shit. You knew he was black because the way he was dropping little slang words left and right. You knew he was black, so.
Had the black dude sleeping in the damn sewer water.
Yeah.
I ain't like that shit. They should have had somebody else play Croc. I ain't like that shit. But then again, I didn't really like the first Suicide Squad movie, but whatever.
You didn't like it?
I only liked it because of Will Smith, for real, and Harley Quinn. Everybody else, they dropped the ball, for real.
Yeah, I get it.
And I didn't think that the antagonist was the right one to have for that movie.
Tom Hardy was supposed to be in it, right?
He was supposed to play.
He was supposed to play Rick Flag.
Oh, for real?
He was supposed to play Rick Flag, and then Joel Kinnaman, Tom Hardy. I forgot what movie he was doing at that time, but he dropped out. So Joel Kinnaman came in and played Rick Flag.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I see him playing Boomerang, if anything.
Yeah, he could have been a good Boomerang. but he would have to be a side character, though. Boomerang, he was a side character, and in there,
that nigga funny as hell.
Mm-hmm. I got a feeling that nigga gonna die in the new one though.
Yeah, I think this is the last one that they gonna work on for real.
Yeah, because Suicide Squad, man. Plus, on top of that, like they pulling. Well, the first one they was pulling villains out their ass, but Starro is like, if you a comic head, you will know about Starro. The casual looking like, who the fuck is this starfish looking motherfucker? Right? they don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they don't know. That's one of Superman. You know what I'm saying? Arch enemies.
Yeah, Starro be giving people the business though. Like he may look Jake, but like he can take over universes for real.
Yeah, really, seriously. Mm-hmm. And I feel, and also when it comes to, I want to say this before I forget because I almost forgot. To the audience, anybody else who have been up to date on The Rock has a biopic series out on ABC. Is it ABC or NBC?
I think it's NBC.
NBC. Okay. Yeah. And it's really good. Like when The Rock did a good ass job, you know what I'm saying, casting, the people for this show. Like it's a little cheesy, but that's what you're gonna get when you go back to the 80s, to the 70s and 80s. You're gonna get some cheese. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get some cheese. But if you are a wrestling fan, you know what I'm saying, or just a fan of The Rock in general, like I am, I've been a fan of Dwayne Johnson literally since he came into the WWF. And and I had his books and everything. Niggas was working on his eyebrow and everything, trying to look like The Rock and shit. Like So if anybody ain't hip, man, go check it out. It's out. It's a good series, and I like it. I think that it's gonna be one of those first biopic series. I'm saying that like actually get like a great rating for real. Because there aren't a lot of biopic series out here, let alone biopic series that just make a big buzz. Wu-Tang, you know what I'm saying? That series is, hot literally because Wu-Tang is top 3, top 5 greatest hip hop groups of all time.
Legendary.
So you know what I mean? That those two, yeah. Wu-Tang and the other one. What's the other one I just said?
Young Rock.
Yeah, I forgot what he called. What the name of the show is? Can you look up the name of the show real fast?
The Rock Show.
Yeah,
it's called Young Rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, So if y'all ain't watch it, go watch it. Check it out. It's still going, so the season isn't over yet.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but like a lot of these biopics, like Hollywood, they do, they do their little meddling every now and then, that they mess certain things up. It's another biopic that came out that I'm trying to think.
White Boy Rick.
Man, I ain't watched that yet. I want to watch that so bad, and it was made in Cleveland. I want to watch it so bad.
And they always making shit here.
Yeah, because it's cheap. It's cheaper to make movies down here. So they made the first Avengers up here.
Yep, and that Winter Soldier.
Yep, that shit was so obviously Cleveland.
Yeah, they was right in front of the Justice Center, like
right, right. Like they just like covered up the RTA signs and make it look like Washington DC.
Man, look, I just feel like, man, these goddamn directors, man. But we done talked about this before. This industry needs a shakeup. Like
big shakeup.
This industry, like Fruitvale Station. Wasn't that Ryan Coogler's first film?
Yep, first movie.
Okay. I watch that movie every time I watch it, I cry.
I only watched it once, and that's all I need.
I think I've only watched it about 3 times. But we just need more innovation, man. More creativity, more people that's gonna take risks. And everybody think that what makes a great production is the plot twists and all the killing off characters and shit. That's not what makes a great story. You know what I'm saying? What makes a great story is relation, like being able to relate to it.
Yes, sir.
And it being fucking true in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
It has to be true. Like, nobody gives a fuck about a lie. That's why fiction. That's why fiction is so, you know what I'm saying, frowned upon. Yeah. Because it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? That's why before 2008, nobody gave fantasy and sci-fi a chance. Because it was technically a lie, because there's no proof to say that it's true.
Yeah.
So that people need to start getting on board with the truth part of the whole film thing, man. Like, it gotta be believable.
Cause like, I'm gonna say this, man. I tell this to people a lot about, like, a lot of times when I watch movies, I watch it somewhat to be educated, because all fiction is based on some type of fact. It may not be entirely, like real, but it's somewhere within the writing process is rooted on some type of truth.
Right. Did y'all see Barry and Michelle?
About Obama?
Yeah.
No, I ain't never watched it.
I seen one of the movies. I don't know which one. They had like 2 movies done, right?
Yeah. I think that I didn't have a problem with them making a movie. He was darker than what the fuck Barack Obama is.
Now he too dark.
But I didn't have a problem with it though, because he did portray Barack Obama good. And the chick that played Michelle, she ain't do a bad job either. But it was, the thing about it though, that was one of the films that was low budget. So they didn't, they really was in like 3 places the entire time. You know what I mean?
Was that the one about his like college days?
Yeah, before he even took the bar and shit. Before this nigga was even So
I seen that.
It's like, there was realism to that story. It was truth to it. They added the fact that my nigga was driving the goddamn Geo. You know what I'm saying? And it had a goddamn hole in the passenger seat of the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's truth. You know what I'm saying? That's realism. You know what I mean? Like, they showed how this nigga didn't have enough money to do all that extra shit. You know what I mean? Like, you got to just make shit real. They ain't make up create no damn situation where just so the audience can be entertained. You know what I'm saying? They just kept it to the point. And they just had the dialogue be, the dialogue was what was entertaining to me. Because honestly, I know that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, I know that they had a lot to do with the script. So since they had a lot to do with the script, I know that they, what I'm listening to is really what they are saying to us for real. Really what they want us to hear. And, and that might not be great or the best idea or whatever the case may be, but I still would like to know what's on their mind, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to something personal like their relationship.
Thanks.
Or before they even got into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we need that, that education. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Speaking of biopics, like, definitely got like the person that the biopic was about, what they wanted to convey with like Straight Outta Compton, because that was like some reality shit, but a lot of stretching of the reality.
I told you, Jordan. There's a lot of bullshit in there. A lot of bullshit.
Like, they had Dr. Dre looking like Captain America up in that motherfucker, bro. Like, He's socking people out and shit.
I got Pac in the next room working, nigga. Working. Nigga, no, nigga, Pac was working because he wanted to work, nigga.
Drake told the writer, hey, why don't you make me knock everybody out in the room? Hey, why don't you make me Captain America?
This nigga punching bloods and shit.
Yeah, right, Drake. Stop. You ain't punch no blood. Stop.
Man, that we was literally before you got on, we was talking about Straight Outta Compton too, but we was talking about how they left out the entire beef, you know what I'm saying, basically between, you know what I'm saying,
Easy and them. Yeah, man, that was like a key part of the whole fallout, really.
Yeah, you can't leave that out, bro. Right. Like, you can't leave that out. That's part of hip hop culture, bro.
It's like Ice Cube. Ice Cube was like the tip of the iceberg because, you know, he dropped No Vaseline. That was kind of like, you know, that was kind of it. But Dre and Easy had a whole back and forth. They was dropping songs. Shit, Easy dropped the album on Dre. The whole album was dissing Dre.
Matter of fact, what they did, they literally like did a time skip. They pulled a Dragon Ball Z on us. Nigga went to them niggas meeting up at a damn club and shit.
Yeah, get the fuck out
of
here.
That movie was like, you had to make Cube look strong and Cube look good because he's writing and he's involved in the process.
He
got to make Dre look good because he's involved and he's in the process. And you can't shit on Eazy-E.
You can't.
So
right,
having Easy and Dre battling in that movie, it doesn't fit with that narrative of everybody looking like angels.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they wasn't shitting on Suge.
Shit, well they did. Like yeah, they made him. Yeah, he was like.
You don't give a fuck about that.
I mean, it's not false. It's not false.
Yeah, that ain't false.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that ain't false.
That nigga was bullying shit. I mean, that's some whole ass shit, but that nigga he was getting away with it.
Man, hey, y'all! It took me a couple years to figure out that was Lakeith playing Snoop.
It's so
it took
annoying.
Me a couple years of like.
I have a question. I have a question about that. I have a question about that biopic. I have a question. Was Lakeith actually talking, or were they playing?
He was talking. He was talking.
So that wasn't a voiceover of Snoop I was hearing.
Oh well, you talking about
in some of the dialogue between him and like Dr. Dre and shit, like around that scene or whatever, that shit sound just like Snoop. It didn't sound nothing like even they was in the same room.
Yeah, it probably was a dub, a voice dub.
I put down my life, bro.
It was that ADR.
I'm like, hold on, let's go back. But biopics is cool, and I wonder if that one night in Miami was true. You know what I'm saying?
I think that was true.
That night with Sam Cooke, Malcolm X, and Muhammad Ali all get together for one night, had drinks, and do nothing but have discussions and talk politics and life. We think that happened?
It's a possibility.
I want to know why I ain't never heard of it.
Before the movie, I ain't hear about it. I don't think my dad even told me about that.
Murder is
out. If they all met up in like 2021, man, they'll be having hoes and everything. Instagram.
Man, we talking about Sam Cooke. Listen, do you understand the type of energy that will bring to that whole fucking bar?
Mm-hmm.
Sam Cooke.
I imagine though, in Black culture, there's probably a lot of those stories where you got 3-4 powerful people in the community meeting up and like nobody knows about it except the people that was there.
They're right.
You definitely make a good point, brother.
Because like back in the day, like it just wasn't that social media frenzy energy, everybody getting followed around and stuff. So it's like you hear about in like people's interviews and stuff, you hear about like, oh, I'm gonna just make something up. You hear about like, oh, 50 Cent, Nas, and Fat Joe and Jadakiss was all at this one show, and somebody
Facts.
debuted somebody's demo tape, and it just be wild shit that you hear 15 years after the fact.
But it
Like,
happened.
yeah. So
Yeah. Like that whole, like, I wouldn't have never believed that, you know what I'm saying, Big Pun, DMX, Cannabis, you know what I'm saying, and all them niggas was all ciphering if I ain't never seen that video.
yeah.
Like, I wouldn't know. I get it though. You know what I mean? Because I mean, we live in a generation where we have to see shit to believe shit. I mean, people was like that back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just centuries ago, niggas was like that. I gotta see it to believe it. So I get
Like
it.
if we didn't have like the tape recording of it, somebody would have told me that Big Daddy Kane brought out Biggie Smalls and Tupac. Like,
Nigga, what?
who would have believed that? You know what I'm saying? Say if there was like a short 20-minute documentary on Big Daddy Kane brought out Biggie Smalls, and then Biggie brought out Tupac, and like the whole Where Brooklyn At, and like that whole freestyle, like
Angela Bassett shouldn't have played Biggie's mom either.
She did. Yeah.
She should stay away from doing any type of work that involves accents.
What?
Yeah.
What about Black Panther?
Terrible.
Damn.
Terrible.
Damn. I ain't mess fucked up.
I'm sorry. That shit was terrible. I was like, girl, I know you ain't T'Challa real mama, but what in the world is up with your accent?
Damn.
Here's my thing about Notorious. I never watched it.
Think about the blowdown.
Here we go.
No, it's not even a blowdown.
All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
Because I just couldn't wrap myself around somebody acting like Biggie. Like, his personality is so unique and so iconic, and just a one of one kind of personality. It's like, man,
that dude is milking it now.
They made him into an asshole in that movie.
Yeah.
He was an asshole, a redeeming asshole.
That dude milking that shit now. Like, bro, so you just Biggie your whole life now. Like,
I mean,
this
the
nigga
dude that did
milking
Pop, it's doing the same thing.
Man, that shit's annoying.
Demetrius shit, like his whole fucking Instagram is
but he look like Tupac. He just can't act. But he look like Tupac though. He look exactly like that nigga.
Honestly, this is for my audience. I did not finish All Eyes on Me. I still don't know what the ending was like.
I wouldn't even be mad.
I still don't know what the ending was like.
I probably saw it like once.
Good. You shouldn't even wait. Nobody shouldn't have wasted our money on that shit. This nigga had a cell. Was there a cell? That nigga had a cell phone in the movie.
Wait. He had an iPhone? He had an iPhone in 1995? That's what you're telling me?
Bruh. I have to watch the movie.
A mobile phone.
I have to watch the movie again, but I kid you not, and I will record the shit. This nigga was like on a fucking selfie, like an iPhone or some shit, bro. Wow. Some type of droid. I put it on my life, bro. I'm gonna have to show you. Oh my god,
man, bro. How could you make a movie, and how could you just a movie set in a time period, and y'all and you just here, hey, take this iPhone, even though it was 1994.
And then we have biopics that aren't, you know what I'm saying, that are fictional biopics, like shit like Inglourious Bastards. You know, there has been movies, you know what I'm saying, that have been made, you know, that will take a real historical event and will change the entire, like, will turn it into a whole alternate timeline, basically. You know,
alternative history.
Yeah, exactly. They'll just change the entire history, you know what I'm saying, and you know, and it'd be that way. Now, I will have to actually look up the list of these movies because I can't think of them off the top of my head. But the first one that comes to mind is Inglourious Bastards. Um, you know, Quentin Tarantino's adaptation, you know what I'm saying, on the Holocaust in Nazi
Yeah,
Germany. So I just feel like, man, these biopics, they could, like, if you don't have the expressed permission from the person you were making the story from, like Bohemian Rhapsody and and that the Elton John biopics were
yeah,
great. They were great movies because the simple fact that they was real. Now I just feel like if you gonna get the if you don't get the express permission from the person that you're making a story about, you should, to the best of your ability, be trying to express however you feel you should artistically. You should be able to express the shit in a true fashion. Don't be, you know, Hail Mary and nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
nah, if you need to be doing nothing but getting information from the people that was close to the person and their family. That's the only people you should be getting info from, and the people they did business they was closely doing business with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody else like movie studios and shit? Nah, what the fuck? Nobody need their opinion. You know what
So,
I'm saying?
like yeah, like they just want to make it more dramatic sometimes.
Yeah, like they trying to get the audience more like
Add
into it.
extra shit to it. Yeah,
That should be killing me. Like, like I understand, like me and Terrell was talking about. Like I understand Ike Turner. You know what I'm saying? He was a piece of shit. He was an asshole. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
right.
But they definitely did not tell the entire story. And then this man was getting hate mail, death threats, literally until he died.
Mm.
Like this, like you gotta understand like the type of trauma this nigga was going through. You know, he wasn't a good motherfucking nigga. Went to jail for like some robbery or some shit like that.
Wow.
Like he not a great person, man. But like, if you gonna tell a story, bro, tell that shit all the way. Like I'm
Yeah,
not with sparing nobody. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like if the motherfucker was doing some bullshit, tell that shit. Don't just tell one person was doing some bullshit. Tell all that shit.
Facts.
You know,
Like,
but I feel like they need to do more biopics.
who would you want to see a biopic on?
I want to see a biopic on Stokely Carmichael.
Okay.
I want to see a biopic on Stevie Wonder,
Facts.
and I want to see a biopic on Khalid Muhammad.
Mm, that would be controversial
It
for
would
sure.
be hella controversial, and now I don't give a fuck because the government and the whole country used this nigga, you know what I'm saying, to make money. They used his controversy and they built that shit up. They was talking shit on this man and they was making this man, you know what I'm saying, do hella more interviews. And everybody was calling this nigga phone trying to do an interview, you know what I'm saying? Even when he left the Nation of Islam, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? Especially when he left the Nation of Islam.
yeah.
They was at this nigga neck, and then he randomly had a stroke.
Mm.
Bullshit. But either way it go, that man's one of the greatest men to ever walk this planet.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
I
I
need to see some shit
would.
like that.
I would like to see a biopic on John Coltrane.
That would be dope.
That would be dope.
Are they really making one? Are they really making a biopic for George Clinton and Parliament?
Not that I know of.
I keep seeing. I saw that picture of Big Boy. You know what I'm saying, wearing like a blonde hair or some shit.
Yeah, I seen that.
And they somebody and it was supposed to be for some type of production.
I know I don't know if it's a biopic or a documentary. I know Questlove is supposed to be producing some film
Mm,
about Sly and the Family Stone.
mm.
Be interesting.
That'd be dope.
I hope with that story, I hope they go into how like he got fucked on the business side. I don't know if you remember that one post I made where it's like he went hell years, like 20 some years without getting royalty checks because they
Man,
screwed him
wow.
over.
Wow.
So
20 years without getting a royalty check?
yeah, he went like 20 some years without getting royalties. And like I'm
That's
talking like
ill.
Shrek soundtrack, no royalties and
What?
shit like that. Like yeah, like, it's bad.
Wow.
Like I didn't
I
know
ain't know that.
dance to the music. I didn't know that was his song till I was like 22, 23.
Believe
And
it,
I've
there
been
was a
playing
lot of
that
shit I
shit
got hip to later.
like my whole life.
There was a lot of shit that I got hip to later. So I believe you.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
know, wow. Like that that Jimi Hendrix biopic was cool.
I saw like the first 15 minutes of it.
It was cool. Andre Three Stacks did a good job.
Yeah, he definitely looked the part.
I think that they should start doing more biopics though. I mean, just think about it. If like I was talking to when I was talking to Terrell before you logged on, I was telling him Asians been doing biopics on their historical figures, and they still doing it.
Yeah,
Even on their mythological lores, they love that shit.
I want to see more of that. I want to see more black mythology
Yeah,
type
like
shit.
I
Like,
would love to see some John Henry. You know what I'm saying? Some
mhm,
anything that has to do with black mythology. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, really, I don't have no problem with that. Especially the tales that have more to do with the indigenous people that we aren't more, accustomed to. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely.
Um, I'm cool with biopics as long as like they don't take the black sort of struggle narrative
Mm-hmm.
and just stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm totally down with films having our oppression discussed and broken down and all of that. Like I'm totally with that because that's a reality and we got
Yeah.
to deal with it. But like when it just stays stuck in that energy and it's 5 movies of the same year coming out with the same energy, that's when I start to be like, all right, something going on because
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there's more to tell.
There's
There's more
more
to
to tell.
tell.
And that's how I feel. And like I love, don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong, audience. I love Spike Lee. Spike Lee is a legend. But that is a prime example of what you just said. Spike Lee has been doing nothing but making these type of movies his whole career. And that is I mean, just think about it. Even in more recent films, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah,
he sticks onto this. He sticks onto the struggle narrative and the what I'm saying, like the. But no, don't get me wrong. though. He do have aspects in his films where he have the one Negro who like talking to the other Negro and be like, you know, um, like they have that dialogue, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
one is saying that the man is doing this and the other one is saying, nah, nigga, we doing this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So he does have that conversation, you know what I'm saying, in his films, definitely.
Fucking internet went out. Anyway, my fault, yo.
Oh no, you good. You good,
Mm,
brother. I kind of figured like your shit died or something.
mm.
But we was talking about basically Marcus had just said that he cool with biopics until they like basically continue this like struggle narrative. You know, go ahead and repeat what you said, just so I don't mess up what you
Um, basically, like I'm cool with the biopics up until the point where it feel like they stick to like the struggle narrative, and it's just like when they did, what was it? It was like Selma, and there was another film that was like just like it at the same time, and it was just like, all right, man, like we done seen documentaries, movies about this, and it's like another film about the same old thing, and it's like we can do civil rights biopics, but it's like there's more to tell than just
Yeah.
a leader rolls up and got shot.
I just know for a fact. I just know for a fact that our families, you know what I'm saying, our bloodline, besides all that racist bullshit that was going down, I know that our people was getting lit.
Yeah.
I know our people was having a good time despite all the fuckery and the bullshit. And that is, and what you just said also brings up another example, like how literally they've showed us in Watchmen, they showed us in Lovecraft Country, they've showed us in actually they came out with like two new documentaries, and they're coming out with a movie and a TV show based on Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Literally did this all doing all of this within the span of 2 years. And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, we was talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma back in 2015.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We was talking about this, you know what I'm saying, really right after we got out of high school. And I just want to know why, you know what I'm saying, all of the, urgency to get this story out now by all these production companies.
I feel like when Black consciousness sort of went commercial and popularized,
Facts.
I feel like it was like, oh, we gotta start saying the quote unquote truth or whatever.
Like woke is like cool now.
Right. The Cartoon Network been on a goddamn tear.
Doing what?
Man, Cartoon Network been on a damn tear when it comes to woke. Man. Nigga, watch Amazing World of Gumball, man. And watch, you know what I'm saying, just all that little shit that's for kids 8 to 14. Man, they be dropping jewels in that bitch. I be like, nigga, what? You said what? Christ. Let me rewind that. What?
And you know what's crazy is like we grew up on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and all that, and like our shit didn't have that in it, and we still developed a conscious and informed ourselves of history.
Because in a way it was still subliminal. Like we had the what was the name of that show? Where I posted it like a couple months ago. Where they was going through back in time and they was fucking with, the time of major motherfuckers in history and shit.
Hysteria?
No, it's a cartoon.
No, Hysteria was a cartoon.
Oh, you said Hysteria. Oh no, yeah. I'm talking about a Cartoon Network show.
Cartoon Network.
What year?
Like the time cops or some shit or time.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. But either way, like, yeah, they was dropping jewels on us about history for real. Like, they was telling us shit like how that was the first time I found out that George Washington was really a dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Napoleon was a great, general, but he really just had a little man complex.
You talking about Time Squad?
Yes, Time Squad. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Time Squad. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I think they was on Nickelodeon.
Mm-hmm.
But either way it go, yeah, like that's just a good example. But biopics, I feel like they need to do more. And if you are going to do a biopic about a specific person in a specific area or region, that I feel like you need to have an actor of that said region play that person. It's only respectful. And why would you this goes back to whitewashing. We don't like when people whitewash, so why would we want somebody that can't relate, or they can relate but they don't really know or give a fuck about our history, play a person that did give a fuck about our history?
Yeah, it's like Daniel Cool, but him playing Fred Hampton was like,
He didn't even sound like Fred Hampton.
Yeah.
Yes, Fred Hampton had like that southern accent.
Man, that nigga sound like Bone Crusher.
He did. He did.
But man, look, this shit about to time out, fellas. We're gonna do a part 2 to this because I feel like there's a lot more in biopic discussions that we're gonna have to talk about, especially hip hop related. But thank y'all for tuning in, man, and thank y'all brothers for being a part of the show. Peace, everybody. Remember to love yourself and love your family. Peace.